Howdy! So today is going to be a little different. Instead of me commentating on the drawing you see in this video, I'm going to tell you about the things that I find difficult and also what I've learned so far about the art of illustration. Every art piece has its own style and pose, but before you actually draw it, you have to imagine it in your mind. Obviously, you have to have a vision, and honestly, I spent like 3 hours trying to figure out what I was gonna draw. Every time I tried to make something, it didn't work out. So you know what I did? I left. Yes, I walked away, and when I came back, boom, there it was. I knew what I wanted to draw, and I knew how I wanted to draw. Now, I think this is pretty obvious. You know, if you have artist block, you should probably just like go outside and stuff. You know, catch a break, drink some water, see some friends, maybe take a walk. What I've learned from this is that you can't do serial illustrations. You have to take a break. You have to go somewhere else and come back, and then maybe you'll find your inspiration or just become interested. Me and perspective have a love-hate relationship. Not knowing if the proportions are right, not know how to position it. It's just a hassle. I would tell you how to combat it, but I don't even know myself yet. So we're just gonna have to suffer together. But what I do know is that things that are further away are smaller and things that are up close are bigger.
Oh my god! Wow!
But I have to admit, when you get perspective right, you get perspective right. It's just all in a day's work. Anyway, Hands. We're talking about a love-hate relationship. Hands and I, we go way back. I'm talking kindergarten. 5 stubs and a stick were good. But in all seriousness, I honestly don't know if I like drawing hands or not. I've come a long way. I still haven't mastered everything there is to know about hands, but every time I draw them, I have to think way back to the roots. I have to think about the anatomy, the position, right down to the fingernails and the veins. Long story short, when I draw hands, I have to think about it. Like, I really have to focus. If I'm listening to music, pause. I have to dive into the process of drawing this hand. Every stroke, every line counts. And even through this deep concentration, sometimes I still fail and I end up with something that looks like this. Yeah, it isn't easy. But what I like to do sometimes is break it down like the people do in the videos. Do a little small circle for the pinky, big circle for the thumb. Connect those two and try to figure out the rest. And when you're trying to do a drawing that has perspective, it's not going to be easy. If you are trying to draw hands, I would really suggest that you break it down into simpler parts. And even if you are not good at drawing hands now, I'm sure you'll get better. I've gotten better. There's still room for improvement, but I'm sure you can get better as well. Also, look at guides, take lessons, don't be like me and try to do it yourself. And you can do it, I know it. Now, I don't know if anybody else can relate to this. This isn't really a relatability video. It's kind of just me ranting about the stuff that's difficult to draw. But I don't know if anyone else hates this, but I do. I don't like drawing clothes. It's like when I'm drawing a character, and then I try to decide what they are gonna wear, and it's like, what are you gonna wear? Because I can't decide on what they can wear. Move on to looking at references, which I don't feel like doing. And then I scroll and scroll and scroll, but can't find anything that I would want them to wear. Then I have to settle. It's like, gah! And I'm not very creative when it comes to drawing clothes. Normally, I just think short sleeve shirt, pants, or shorts, skirt, and that's it. I don't style the clothing, I'm just like, yep, there we go, perfect. And another thing is coloring too, just color coding each and every article of clothing they have, in addition to the shadows and the folds in the clothing. Like, I don't know how it's supposed to fold. I'm not good at physics. And then I heard somebody say, well, it depends on the fabric. The fabric? I'm past that. I'm just trying to get on to the coloring part. I'm gonna just pretend like I never saw that. Fabric who? Like, at least give me the eyes and hair to color, even the skin. I don't mind. Just not the clothing. But the gloves weren't that bad to color because, like, they're the best part of this drawing, so I didn't really mind that too much. And why does he low-key look like a vampire for a second? Anyway, that was just me ranting about things that I find difficult, and things that you might find difficult as well. I'm gonna go ahead and end off this video. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless.